Disorderly conduct they charged us with. But no one was more orderly than we were. It was the police that deserved the disorderly label. It was thrilling. The feeling that we were taking destiny into our own hands. It was the opening of the new Parliament, and we formed a delegation of women to inquire about whether a bill for women's voting rights was being prepared. We began to make our voices heard in the lobby. A small, orderly demonstration. Deeds, not words. Deeds, not words. But as woman after woman rose to stand on the settee to speak, the police violently dragged us down. 10 of us were charged and carted away. The first martyrs of the suffrage cause. Deeds, not words.
Do you know who the suffragettes are?
They were a group of women who tried to fight for their rights and stuff.
I don't, to be honest, not really.
A women's movement, and they campaigned to get the vote for ladies in the early 1900s.
And somebody threw themselves under one of the Queen's horses, if I remember rightly.
Emily Pankhursts.
Well, they stood for suffrage for women, for local votes, for women to get the vote.
We, the women of East London, are greatly concerned, no, disturbed, by the deteriorating social conditions in our district. There is crushing poverty all around us. Overcrowding is rife, rents are high, malnutrition is rising, and disease an ever-present threat. Yes. Yes. There is much unemployment amongst men, and a very large proportion of the wives are the principal breadwinner. The demand which we have come to make. The demand which we have come to make to you today is for the right for women's voices to be heard, for women to join with men in having the right to vote.
Do you know when it was that women got the vote here in the United Kingdom?
I couldn't put a number on it at all.
Early 1900s?
17 to 1800s.
Fairly recently.
So the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Around about 1910.
'71 Knightsbridge, 15th of August 1906. Dear Mrs. Baldock, I and Florence MacDonald would be most grateful if you would consent to attend a drawing room at-home meeting of ladies here in Knightsbridge on Thursday week. Mrs. MacDonald is anxious to put before her friends the case for women's suffrage as it is seen by working women. I felt that your long experience as a guardian for the poor laws in the East End would supply what she wants. She is anxious to have a real working woman for the ladies to meet, so I thought you could bring Mrs. Sparborough with you. Mrs. MacDonald is a rich woman, and I hope to get a collection for our funds. I enclose a postal order for 1 shilling and 6pence for your anticipated expenses. Yours gratefully, Mrs. Louise Aita. Anticipated expenses. I wonder if she knows how much a loaf of bread costs. Is there anything that you would be willing to go to prison for?
Yes, environmental action.
Immigration, I think, is a big issue.
The elderly. I think the elderly struggle by today's standards.
People should stop polluting the environment to make it a better place.
Global terrorism and outbreaks of disease.
I'd probably campaign to maybe try and get rid of that, get rid of money in a way, and try and think of some other way to rule the world.
Big Brother particularly, I think. Being told how I should live my life.
To ensure that for future generations that they do understand the importance of taking action, not only in terms of direct action, but going to the polling booth.
Jack!
All grown up one minute and just a little boy the next. I need you to be Mother's little soldier for me and look after your father. I've got to go away for a while. Do you remember when your father took you to watch us marching for votes for women? Well, I got to go to prison for a few weeks to fight an unfair law. Oh, don't worry. Your mother hasn't done anything wrong. Now listen, you're going to hear a lot of lies about me, but don't you believe them. Be proud. Because you're a Baldock and your mother's on the winning side. And don't you worry about me, Jack. I'll be fine. God and justice are on our side. Yes. I'll be fine. Not long now, love. Not long.